प्लीज छोड़ दो, अब जाओ। पापा मैं 2 साल से ले रहा हूँ ऑनलाइन क्लासेस।
उनको तेरा चेहरा नहीं नजर आएगा तो हमारे लिए कॉम्युनिकेट
ये दिख रहा है ना इतना का अच्छा थोपड़ा मेरा।
देन यू शुड सी ना व्हाट हैव यू
चलो
फेसिंग। तो ये वाला फोटो लगाता है हर बार
कैन
क्लास
वी
में।
प्लीज।
हे भगवान, मेरे पैसे दिए हुए क्लास में मेरे को ही अटेंड नहीं कर सकता।
बैठ जाओ बगल में मेरे। बिल्कुल नहीं, बाहर जाओ, बाहर जाओ।
आई टेक टॉक।
यू डोंट यू मजाक। गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
Hello, Vedant. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Vedant, good evening. Can you hear me? Am I?
Yes, Professor. You're audible.
I'm audible. Thank you.
Professor, before we start, could I get your another way of contact except the UrbanPro one, like WhatsApp?
No, see, these guys are some cranky kind of a guys, you know. These guys have some stupid policies that we are not supposed to share our email IDs or personal contact numbers because they believe that I may contact you and take the fees. To be very honest with you, the fees, whatever you paid, these fellows take a 20% cut on that.
Okay.
This is how the stupid Indian system works here. I'm sorry to say this. And, and they don't give us any kind of support. And they say that they have a policy. Suppose I share my number or email ID, they block my, account and all that. I blasted them right, left, and middle even yesterday. I told them this is a stupid kind of a policy. And, you guys will never survive with this kind of policy. If these guys are confident about what they do, why should they be bothered about all this?
Yes,
Right?
Professor.
And it
Exactly.
seems they have a separate team. It seems. See how big fools they are. See, they have such a big team, and anyone can reach me out because once they Google out on Google, if you Google out my name or things like that, people can easily get my contact information very easily through social media today. And these guys don't understand that. Being a professor with so many years of experience, it's not a big deal for people to find out the contact information about me, right? Correct?
Yes, Professor.
It might take a little bit of time, that's all. And they have some kind of stupid policies on which I don't want to comment. Anyway, sorry. You can leave a message on the chat box of UrbanPro and
Okay.
I will immediately, respond or connect with you and then address your issues. Not a problem.
That's fine. Because
That's perfect, yeah.
okay.
So
All right.
let's quickly get into the subject. So today I'll just administer a simple test to you to see how good or bad you are in quants. Okay. So let's take this test straight away. Okay. Since you've already, you can go ahead with this first question. Yeah.
The A and B. Okay.
Yeah. The quantity A and B. Yeah.
Quantity.
Once you're done with it, tell me. I'll scroll up to the second, third, and fourth, and then let's check the answers. Yeah. You can just mark your answer saying the first question, it's whether B, C, or D, or A. Or
all right.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
Done. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
That's done, Professor.
That's also done. Second.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, Professor.
Done. Okay, good.
X.
Yeah, done. Okay.
Oh, 1 second. Just 108. Okay, Professor.
Done. Okay. 5.
Okay, done, Professor.
Done. Okay, superb. So what was your answer for the first question? Number 1?
First answer was A, Professor.
A. Okay. Unfortunately, it's wrong, and you can see why it's wrong actually. So the average temperature for X days is 70 degrees. So the sum of those X high temperature is 70X, right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Total
Agree.
is 70X. So the sum of the high temperatures, including the additional day that has a temperature of 75, is therefore 70X plus 75, right?
Yeah.
So next, use the average formula to find out the values of X. So average is total by number of items. Agreed?
Yeah.
So the average is, he says the average has risen to 71.
71.
So 71 is equal to the total, which is 70x plus 75 divided by number of items is x plus 1. Because there is an additional 1 day, right?
Yeah.
X days, x plus 1. So solving this, you will get it like x is equal to 4.
Okay.
X is equal to 4. And
That's
therefore, it's, B and not A. Correct?
yeah, correct. Okay.
So what are the mistake you made here in the logic? Like,
I was thinking in a different way, like the x plus 1 below, I forgot to take that. So I took it as 70x plus
okay.
75 divided by just x. I forgot to do the plus 1.
So you have to remember this very important concept. Average is equal to the total divided by the number of items.
Yeah.
Suppose you have about 60 students in a class whose total weight is around let's say some X kilograms or whatever it is. So if they ask you the average weight, you have to divide the total weight of the 60 students by 60. Am I right? So
Yeah.
if one student, for example, is included and the average increases if they give, it's the same kind of a problem, then you put average is equal to maybe the total, which we have to add 60 plus 1, and then you have to add the number of items and find the total, right? By how much it has increased. This is a simple logic. So make a note of this, very important, because this they might ask you a few questions. They might either give you average or the total or the number of items, and they may ask you the unknown variable here, right? Clear. Any more clarifications on this actually?
No, I understood that. I think I figured out where I did the mistake.
No, this is the quick thing that you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Another quick smart way of doing this is see the with a high temperature, the additional 1 day, the temperature is risen, a high temperature of 75 increases the average to 71. So you can easily figure out that it has X days and X days. Suppose you you plug in the value of X as 5. Let's put X 5 days. Am I right? There's another shortcut. Suppose you take X is equal to 5. So what will be this? 350 degrees, right? You can make a note of it in your notebook right now. Quick way. Right. Now, the additional 1 day, that means the additional 1 day with a high temperature of 75 degrees increases it to 71. So 71 into 6, right?
Yeah.
How much is it?
71 into 6 will be 6, 421, 421. Oh, sorry, 426. 426.
426, yes. 426. And what was this?
This was 70 into
6. I said 5, right? 350, right?
Yeah.
Suppose, see, X is equal to 5 we put, right? So 5. Here also you take it as the additional 1 day with a high temperature of 75 increases the average to 70. So if you put it, if you make this average temperature to 6, am I right? 6 is, as I said, 426. Suppose you put this as 6, this becomes 420, right?
Yeah.
Correct? 6, because we should also make this 6 because we are talking about X plus 1 day, right? Hello?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this is 420 and this is 426. So which is higher?
426.
Got it? So we need not get into such a complicated, formula, calculation and all that. So please make a note of this shortcut. So this is called a plug-in method. So what do you do here? See what they are asking you, the average arithmetic mean of temperature for X days is 70. The additional 1 day with a high temperature of increases the average to 71. They are asking whether 5 is bigger or X is. So X is the number of days. You got the logic here, why I'm plugging in this value 5, right?
Yeah.
So actually 5, but they say 5 plus 1, 6 days. When you put in an average temperature of 75 for the 6th day, it increases, the average increases to 71. So our total becomes 426. But here we have it for 5 days. Instead of that, put 6 days because 5 plus 1, 6 into 70 is 420. And this is 426.
Yeah.
Got it? So which quantity is bigger? Straight B. So we need not get into this kind of derivation because nobody's going to ask us for any explanation. So this is one of the most important techniques that you have to master from today. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I'm just a little bit confused. Why? So we did 71 is equal to, we did.
See, the average became 71 when you added the 6th day's temperature, which was 75, right?
Yeah.
Got it? So 5 plus 1, 6 days. 6 days average is 71. So total for 6 days will be how much? 71 into 6?
Yeah.
Got it?
Got it.
Perfect. Okay, 426. Okay. Now X is equal to 5, right?
Yeah.
But here you have taken it for 6, correct?
Yeah.
So this also X plus 1 becomes 5 plus 1 becomes 6, right?
6. Yeah.
6 into 70 is how much?
6 into 70 is 420.
420. So 420 is bigger or 426 is bigger?
426.
So quantity A is bigger or quantity B is bigger?
Quantity B. But won't we also add the 75 or no?
Which one?
Like below it says 71 is equal to 70x plus 75 divided by x plus 1.
No, this is a long way of doing it, right? I am giving you a very, very simple shortcut method, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. See, some students do it within 3 seconds using this technique. That's all. So guys who do not know, waste nearly 2 to 3 minutes, or they mark a wrong answer like you A.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Suppose you're not comfortable with this shortcut, you use this normal technique, but it takes a lot of time for you to solve this. Nothing wrong. Okay. Say average, you go by the conventional method, average becomes 71, and then you put 70x plus 75. How is that? That is 70 degrees for X days. So X plus 1 day, right?
Yeah.
Total. Right. Then number of items also is not X, but X plus 1. Then you solve for X, correct?
Okay. Okay.
This is the formal proof. But if you ask me, I would advise you to follow a smart strategy, like you plug in for X days 5 and then quickly solve this. And we need not find the average and then whether 5 is bigger, or we want to know whether quantity A or quantity B. So we are calculating the total temperature for all the 6 days of quantity
Okay.
A. And then we are comparing it with quantity B, total temperature for 6 days. Getting it? Logic?
Getting. Yes, sir.
Total for 6 days, total for 6 days. And then I'm comparing it. Otherwise, it's not comparable. You can't take an average here and you can't take a total here and compare it. No, it doesn't work. Got
Okay.
it?
Got
Okay. So it's 420, 426. Again, the same result. P is bigger, and that's the result we got here also by applying this method. So learn both the techniques, but in due course of time, what I'm advising you, try to become familiar with this technique also, because this shortcut works faster, right, Vedant?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, superb. And regarding the second one, what was your answer like?
Oh, this one one second. I moved on to the next page to write down this thing. It was quantity A is bigger. Oh, A.
So you mark A. Okay.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, D is the answer. So many students miss out on such simple questions. Now, let me ask you a question. See here, he says A and B are integers, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So the different integers for A and B that satisfy the equation A squared is equal to B cubed, and such as A is equal to 8, B is equal to 3, these numbers satisfy the equation, right? In case quantity A is greater, because quantity B is always greater, nor are the two quantities always equal. Choice B, C can also be eliminated. Next, try some different numbers. When choosing a second set of numbers, try something less common, like A is equal to B is equal to 1. Again, these numbers satisfy the equation provided in the problem, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
So first he says, you try plugging in A is equal to 8, B is equal to 3, or A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 5, right? These numbers satisfy the equation, right?
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Got it?
Got
Suppose you
it.
plug in 8 and 3, it satisfies. The argument is quantity B is not always greater, nor are the two quantities always equal. So choice B and C can be eliminated. Next, try some different numbers. Suppose you start with, is 0 an integer?
No.
So
Oh,
again,
wait.
yeah, I'll have to give you this GRE basic, one second.
Sorry. 0. Wait. I was
Ah,
thinking of something else. Yeah, 0 is an integer.
yes. So you have
That's
to also, 1 second, I'll also send you this. I'll also put it on the, what you call,
the chat.
not on the chat. I'll give you the complete e-material. This is called math review, right? ETS GRE.
Oh,
So
it's on
that's,
the IELTS website.
yeah, it's there on the website, but I'll provide it as a, study material for you. I'll upload it on the, site.
Okay.
On your this thing, you can download it.
Okay.
There will be content tab. There will be a tab called content tab. First
Okay.
will be schedule, then you click content tab. Under the content tab, you'll find this. I'll put it today. So if you see the basic, first it starts with arithmetic, integers, fractions, exponents, roots, decimals, all the fundamentals, right? Suppose you scroll here, you can see integers are numbers 1, 2, 3. Together with negatives also. See, -1, -2, -3 are also integers, and including 0. You should not forget this, because this is very, very important. Thus, the set of integers are -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You should never forget this. When they say integers, you should try at least 2 negative values, 2 positive values, 1 and 2, -1, -2, and 0, and then only decide which quantity is bigger or smaller. Am I right? Please make a note of it. Otherwise, you might miss out on very simple questions like this. This is the most easiest question here. So when you put 1 and 1, what happens again? You find 1 squared is equal to 1 squared. Then it also satisfies. So this can't, the two quantities cannot be, the two quantities are equal. C is also possible, B is greater, A is greater. So the relationship cannot be determined from the information given. Am I right? Again, these numbers satisfy the equation provided in the problem. In this case, however, the quantities are equal. Because quantity A is not always greater, choice A also can be eliminated, and the correct answer is D.
Okay.
So please carefully mark this problem, and you have to be very, very thorough with all the kinds of integer problem. They might trap you with this knowledge of whether many students miss out because they don't think that 0 is an integer. So if you
Okay.
apply here, 0 squared is equal to 0 squared, then also it's equal, right? Suppose you put -1, it becomes +1, and this side -1, the whole squared, whole cube, right? This
Yeah,
side it becomes -1. You
minus.
understand?
Yeah.
This side it becomes -1. So you try with -1. This side it becomes 1 because -1 squared is equal to 1. But this is -1 into -1 into -1 is -1. So again, none of this A, B, and C is ruled out. So the quantity of the question cannot be determined. As simple as that. Okay. Now, what did you mark for this question?
For this one, I got E, if I was not mistaken.
Okay, let me just check. Oh my God, sorry. Again, you went wrong on that because you were you were very fast. I was surprised a bit. I thought, okay.
No, it's because
Ah,
I was doing on the same IELTS website, I was doing the Khan Academy for this. So I think I got a little bit confused with that and this
Okay.
and applying the wrong concepts. That's why.
Yes. So a certain pet store sells only dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Okay. So in March, the store sold twice as many dogs as cats. So you put in your notebook D and C.
Yeah.
So if you put the number of cats sold as X, they sold twice the number of dogs. Am I right? 2X.
Yeah.
So in March, how many dogs they sold? 2X. And how many cats they sold? X.
X.
So in April, the store sold twice the number of dogs that it sold in March. So again, it becomes 4X in April, right?
Yeah.
Okay, agreed. So in April, the store sold twice the number of dogs that it sold in March. So in March, it's 2X means in April, it's 4X. And 3 times the number of cats. So 3 times means 3X, right? Agreed? Okay,
Agreed.
right. The number of cats that it sold in March. If the total number of pets the store sold in March and April combined is equal to 500, that means 2X plus X is 3X, 4X plus 3X is 7X. So 10X is equal to how much? 500.
Yeah.
Because March and April combined. So they're asking us how many dogs did the store sell in March. So first let's find out what is X. X is equal to 50, right?
Yeah. X is equal to 50.
But what is the question? What is the question? The question is not 50. How many dogs did the store sell in March? Please note down that. How many dogs? 2X.
2X. And 2X.
So 2 into 50 is how much?
100.
Finished. That's all. Vedant, are you able to understand what is my explanation for this?
And I understood. I was a little bit confused with the cats and the dogs.
Should I explain it again to you?
No, no, I understood because.
Okay. So write down March. Okay. In March, you put cats C and D, right?
C and D.
Yeah. And against C, you put X. Agreed?
Yeah.
Let the number of cats sold be X. Then how many dogs they have sold? Twice.
2X.
2X. Got it? This is for March. Underline it. Then in April, what has happened? They have sold twice the number of dogs in March. So 2X into 2 is how much?
4X.
Put it against April, 4X. Then against April for cats, how many cats they have sold? Thrice, 3 times as in March. So in March, it is X. So in April, it is 3X. Agreed?
3X.
Okay. Now total it up. 2X plus X plus 4X plus 3X. Is it 10X?
Yes.
10X. This is equal to combined how much? 500.
500.
Because total number of pets the store sold in March and April combined is 500. So what is X?
X is 50.
50. Now what is the question? The number of dogs sold in March. So in March, they have sold 2X. So 2 into 50 is 100.
100.
And that's the answer here.
Okay.
Explanation is here, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is given it in a very complicated way. So that's cool. Vedant, are you clear? See, you can even ask me 5 times, no problem. But I want you to understand the basic concept, right?
Yeah, got it.
So that you don't make this mistake again in the exam.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that I want you to get 340 plus, 340 full score.
That's the aim.
You should.
That's
Fabulous. Right. Okay, you can, provided you avoid all these mistakes, 100% it is possible, right? Now, what was your answer for this, Vedant?
Yeah, indicate all such values. I got where is it written? I think I got E and I got B. If those two.
Okay, B and E. Actually, it's A,
C, D.
C, D, and E. You got B and E, right?
Yeah,
B for Bangalore, E for elephant.
yeah.
So one of your answers was right, but all the other three answers were not
Not-
found.
Yeah.
So here, how do you do it is you plug in the information given into the formula for the area of the triangle to learn more about the relationship between X and Y. So A is equal to half base into height, right?
Yeah.
Area of a triangle is half base into height.
100%. That's
So
what I
half base
used.
into height is half xy by 2, right?
Yeah.
Half base x, half the base into height. So half x into y is equal to 108. So they've given the area of the triangle is equal to 108, right?
Yeah.
108. So what he does, the product of x and y is 216.
Okay.
See, xy is equal to 216. So we know all that we know is x multiplied by y is 216. So x needs to be a factor of 216. Agree?
Yeah. 260.
To see
And
a factor. So the only number in the answer choice that is not a factor of 216 is what?
is 5.
5, right?
Exactly. Okay.
Does that logic make sense? Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
So the possible values, all which are factors of 216. For example, 4 is a factor of 216 because 216 divided by 4 is equal to 54, right?
Yeah.
And similarly, 216 divided by 6 is 36, right? And similarly, 8 2s are 16, right? 5, 7 8s are 56, 27, right? 9 2s are 18, 9 4s are 36. So this is also a factor of 216. This is also a factor of 216. 6 is also a factor of 216, but 5 cannot be a factor of 216, right?
Yeah.
Correct? So all could be possible values, A, C, D, and E. So this is how you should mark your answer.
Yeah.
Please make a note of it. So what do you mean by a factor?
Factor means anything which can be what you multiply into to get that number.
Yes.
Basically.
Multiply that to get that number basically without any fraction. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's another basic, very fundamental things that they test.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your answer for the fifth question here?
4200. Wait, let me see.
Okay. So the answer is actually 5,000. So you got 4,200. So that's also wrong. So each month, Ronaldo earns a commission of 10.5% of his total sales for the month plus a salary of 2,500. If Ronaldo earns 3,025 in a certain month, what was his total sales? So here the unknown variable is total sales. Do you agree?
Got it.
Okay. So if the total sales is equal to X, let the unknown be assumed as X.
Yeah.
I repeat, total sales is how much? X.
Yeah.
So go back to the problem. Each month, Ronaldo earns a commission of 10.5%. That
so
means 10.5% means divided by 100 into X, right?
Yeah.
X is total sale.
For this, professor, my equation and this thing, I set it up exactly as this. The only thing I did is I made a calculation error in this.
Okay.
Because on my this thing, I did the same thing. I did 3025 minus 2500, got 525, which is 10.5%. 525 into 100 divided by 10.5 to get X. So that's how I set it up. I just realized I made a calculation error.
Small error. Okay.
Yeah.
So you should try to practice it, avoid such errors. Maybe you were not very careful in making your calculation. So you should recheck your calculations and you should improve your speed. And if you're not able to do it very fast, slow down a bit, but see that you hit upon the correct answer, right? So many students, they know that and they make some small mistakes like this unknowingly, right?
Yeah. I knew this one. Okay.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
Correct. Thank you. So I can skip this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the answer for the sixth question? The reason dog show.
Oh, I don't think I did this one. Wait,
Okay, but at least
I'll try it. I'll try it real quick.
Yeah, you can try it out. Give me some answer, but let it be right, wrong, no problem.
So there were 5 finalists on the it's gonna be 25.
Okay, so your answer was 25. Let's quickly see whether that was right. Sorry, it was 20.
Oh, 2 people,
Again, you must-
because
yes.
one person can't get two
Yes,
awards.
Can't get 2 awards, right? So any of the 5 finalists could be awarded the best in show, right? That leaves only 4 more choices, right, left for the honorable mention award. And the different dog must be chosen, and therefore the total number is 5 into 4. It's a simple thing.
Mistake. Yeah.
So you can't include, you can't give both, right?
Both
One
to the
finalist is
same.
gone, then you have only 4 and 4C4, right? For P4, 4 ways, and 5 into 4 is 20 ways, right?
Yeah.
So make a note of this also. Very, very important. A very simple problem. Like, and most of the times they include a choice 20 as well as 25, and most of the students tick 25 and they miserably miss their scores, right?
No, you're right.
Okay.
I forgot to compute.
Okay. Now you can give this a try. Let me. This is wrong actually, or whatever is marked, just ignore it.
It's probably the one you clicked, Professor.
Okay, the one I clicked at random, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's move to the next question. Okay, 1 second. I should have gone and then reset this test or reloaded this test.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. To the next question. Yeah.
Okay. It's not available. Okay. Professor, how would we figure this out? I have some idea of it, but I'm not.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you. See, it's very interesting. See, in GRE, they don't test the knowledge about our application of the formula. Everyone knows half base into height is the area of the triangle. But here, the question is a bit tricky. Like, we know that half the base into height is the triangle, and the height of this triangle is 3.
3.
Correct? Agreed. But the question is, how do we calculate this LC, which is the base, right?
That
Okay.
would be.
See, this is a right angle triangle. Look at this.
Yeah. So it
This
would be 3, 4,
hypotenuse
5.
is 5. Hypotenuse is 5, and this side is 3. Adjacent side is 3. And so, what should this side
4.
be? 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to 5 squared.
5 square,
Exactly.
yeah.
When this is 4 and this is total is 7, this should be 3, right?
Yeah. So then
So
7 minus 4.
Yeah, half into 3 into 3 is 9. Half base, right? 3 into 3 is 9. So half of 9 is 4.5.
4.5. Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's click this and move forward to the next question. Okay.
Okay. 2. Okay.
Done. Okay. What is the answer you marked here?
1 second. Just double checking. Is it 1 second? Yeah. It's gonna be 5A 2A plus 4, sir. Sorry.
Oh, 2A plus 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us mark. Let us check the answer. I think you're wrong, but let's see. Yeah. This is on ratio and proportion.
It's gonna be 2 liters, Professor. 2 liter
2
milk.
liters. Okay, good. Of milk, right? Okay.
Yeah, of milk.
I think you are right. Let me check that. Yeah.
Is it 30, Professor?
It should be 30. Okay, you marked it as 30. Okay, let us check whether it's right or wrong. Next. Okay, not a problem.
Mm. It's gonna be m is equal to infinity and x is equal to 2, 0.
I think good. That's good. Yeah. Correct. Because it's parallel to the
Yeah, so it will be undefined.
parabola.
3 positive. Can I see the last option, Professor?
Oh, sorry.
Or is it-
And sorry, you have to mark your answer as A, B, C, D, or E.
that's- New parabola plate shifting wire. It's gonna be C, Professor. I think.
It should be C, x squared plus 3. Okay, good. I think you're right. X squared plus 3. I'll go to the next question.
Sphere diameter 1 unit is no. Is the cube minus sphere. Okay. Um, is it going to be 1 minus pi by? No, never mind. I don't know. I could guess here. It's going to be pi by 6 minus 1. If I'm doing my maths right.
Pi by 6 minus 1 c, right?
Yeah, see. Might be wrong.
Might be wrong. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I was a bit unsure on that. Okay. Hmm. It's going to be C, Professor.
It's gonna be c. Okay. Obviously right. Okay. Y is equal to mx squared plus c.
Yeah. Under shaded area. Um, okay. It's just going to be A, Professor. Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait. 1 by 4. It's going to be B, Professor.
It's going to be b.
B. This one is going to be option C, Professor.
Option c.
C, Professor. That's D. C
Sorry.
as in
C.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mm.
Correct answers over 10 points. Okay. Congratulations. So your score is around 70, right?
Okay.
Very good. Great. So the answer for 0.5 for the first question was right. So no analysis required. But see, you lost the second one, which was very simple actually. It's 7a plus 6. Okay. How did
Oh,
you miss this? I don't understand. Like, see here, the same logic what I explained earlier, right? We did for a problem X and dogs, right?
yeah.
Dogs and cats, same. Here it is a slight bit. So first of all, there is a relationship between Alan and Alice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alan has two more than twice as many chocolates as Alice. Suppose Alice had X, right?
Yeah.
Alan has two more than twice. That is 2x plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Got it? Am I right?
Yeah.
See, I'm again repeating. So it is given Alan has twice as many chocolates as Alice had. Suppose Alice had X chocolate. Alan should have how much according to this? 2x plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, who's the third person here?
Naida.
And half as many chocolates as Naida had. So Naida should have how much? Half the total number of chocolates that Alice has, right?
Yeah.
So half of this will be x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
Because Alice has 2x plus 2. Half of it is x plus 1. Agreed? Makes sense?
Agreed.
Right. Now, what they are given us is, if Alice has a number of chocolates, then in terms of a, how much? So just instead of x, you have to just put a, that's all. So 2a plus 2 plus a plus 1. So 2 here 2x plus 3x plus 4x, right? Here.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. I'm listening.
One second, we missed it up. One. See, Alan has more than twice as many chocolates as Alice has. Okay.
2a plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. And Noida has double the chocolates. Okay. Sorry. Noida has double, right?
Yeah. But in the
This fellow
question,
has
it's
half. Sorry.
half, no?
Half. So now we should multiply this by 2. Sorry, we made a mistake. Naida should have 4x plus 4, right?
Oh, that's where I made a mistake. I thought when it meant half of what Alan
Very good.
has.
So I see when I also did the same mistake here, just a bit because of this distracted, right?
Yeah.
So the small distraction of cost. So half means we should multiply by 2 and not divide by 2, right?
Okay.
So we forget the simple rule. Agreed. So 4x plus 2x is how much? 6 plus 1 is how much? 7. 7a. So it is 7a plus 6, right?
7a plus 6, yes. Okay.
So that's how he says that 7a plus 6 is the correct answer. Option D.
Okay.
Got it. You can make a note of this or take a screenshot of this.
Yeah, I'll take. Give me 1 second.
Take a screenshot of this so that you carefully go through and understand that and review this. And still you have a doubt, you can again come back to me on this and ask me to review this question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Thank you. So the next one, your answer 2 liters of milk was correct. So no analysis required. But was there any doubt whether you 100% confidence or you were not having a doubt between 2 and you clicked?
No, I had 100% confidence, but I wanted to know if there's a better method of doing it.
Excellent. So I don't know what method you followed, but let me teach you a very simple way. Yeah. So milk needs to be thinned to a ratio of 3 parts to 2 parts of water. So we need to make 3 to 2, and 3 parts should be milk and 2 parts should be water. So that's the condition here, right?
Okay.
So the milkman has made a by mistake added water so that he has 8 liters of milk, which is half water and half milk. So totally he has 8 liters in which it is in the ratio 1:1, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. 1:1 means he has 4 liters of milk and 4 liters of water in the mixture, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Vedant? Yeah. 4:4 because he has a total of 8 and he has added equal parts. It has equal parts.
4:4.
Should be 4:4. Now, what must be added to make the proportion of the mixture right? That means, how do we alter this to 3 to 2 parts?
Milk needs to be more.
Yes. So, multiply that milk proportion. 3 into 4 is how much? 12, right?
Yeah.
2 into 4 is how much? 8.
8.
Correct? So, it should be in the ratio 12:8. Yeah. But again, this could be reduced to 6:4 or 2 or... you put 2, 3, 3:2, right?
Yeah.
Got it? Yeah, it could be 6:4 or 3:2. That's the ratio we need.
Okay.
So if it has to be 6:4, because already there are 4 liters of water, right? Take the second ratio. 6:4 is also same as 12:8. Are you getting my point, Vedant?
I'm getting the point.
Right.
Yes.
So already he has 4 liters of water. So he should not add any more water. So what should he add? He should add 2 liters of milk. 4 liters of milk is already there. I want it to become 6, right?
Yes.
That's it. Got the shortcut now?
Yes, Professor. Okay. No, because the way I did it, I wrote down 3:2 like just in a fraction form. And then I wrote down 4 upon 4.
Mm,
And then I saw what I would need to add to the top part to get it to 3:2. And that was, you just add 2, then you get 6:4 ka ratio, and then you simplify that to get 3/2.
Same.
Okay.
But
Same method.
same method, but it was a little bit
Look,
genius, right?
yeah.
So this is very simple. 4:4. And so you multiply 4 3s are 12 and 4 into 2, 8, 12:8. So immediately you realize that it could be 6:4 or 3:2. And 6:4 if you take, because 4 is already water. So you need to just add 2 liters of milk to alter it to 3:2, correct?
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So your answer 30 was right. So the width of the rectangle is 2/3 of its length, and I don't think this requires any explanation. Do you
No.
need me to explain this? No.
No.
So I'll skip this. So a line, yeah, this was also perfectly right. As you said, m is infinity because it's a line parallel to the y-axis, and x coordinate is 2, 0 was correct.
Yeah.
So I think this needs no explanation. Slope of a line, right?
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah. So answer this question. Your answer C was right. Again, y is equal to x squared plus 3 because you changed the coordinate, right?
Yeah.
That parabola, right? So, but again, this unfortunately you missed. You were very close. I thought you would give me the correct answer. I said, see here, a sphere with a diameter of 1 unit is enclosed in a cube side of 1. So we find the volume of a cube by the formula is 3, 1 into 1 into 1, a cube,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you.
And we then subtract it from the volume of the sphere to find out the empty volume or space. So the volume of the cube is 1 into 1 into 1, which is again 1. And the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi, right?
Yeah.
Formula. 4/3
It's
into
a pi r square.
Pi r squared, right? So putting the values, we get 4/3 into pi into 0.5 times 3 cubed. And this is equal to pi by 6.
I think I just messed up on the sign somewhere.
Yeah, pi by 6.
Yeah.
So 1 minus pi by 6 should be the simple.
Okay.
Again, you take a screenshot of this. Please go through it again to understand how this becomes a little bit tricky and where you really made that small mistake, right?
I've taken the screenshot.
Excellent. Done?
Yeah, done, Professor.
And thank you. So this one, again, your answer C was incorrect. So what was this problem actually? Like
this was the problem where we had the equation given to us. I don't have the equation written down. It was y is equal to x.
there was an upward shift is simply addressed by adding 3 in the given function, and the horizontal shift is addressed by changing the value of x in the given. Y is equal to, they gave a function, right? Y is equal to x squared plus c. So if the shift of unit towards right, then we replace x with x minus a. If the shift is towards to the left, we replace it with x plus a. So here it was towards the left or right?
It was towards right.
Right. So it is x plus 3, right?
X minus 3, sir.
Yeah.
Because we are going towards the right, no? So it's x minus 3.
Yeah, but what was the answer choice? E. Just
if I remember correctly, Professor, I selected x plus 3. And it says x minus 3. So that's why I made a mistake. Because if we are going towards the right, it's supposed to be minus. So okay.
E is the correct answer.
Right?
So here again, your answer is right. B is the correct answer. Find the shaded area when 2 squares in the side A. I think you got this right. Perfect.
Yeah.
And the largest side, that also was perfectly right. So your answer A is greater than the absolute value of B minus C, because we don't know whether B is greater or C is greater. So B minus C, the difference between B and C. So A could be this. So the largest side is greater than always the difference of the smaller sides. And it's always less than the sum of the 2 smaller sides. You make a note of this also. It could also be sometimes given the other way around.
Okay.
It could be lesser than sum of the 2 sides. But here they have tested it with the concept of B minus C. If they put B plus C, then it becomes a different. This greater than would be reduced to less than. That's it. So again, they'll trick you on that.
Okay.
So please note down this. There could be only 2 possibilities here. Right?
I'll write that down.
Okay, good. So how comfortable are you with my classes?
Um, Very comfortable, Professor. I I just got a little caught off guard in the start with the certain test, but I got used to it by the second.
Yeah. So that's the way I start. I start directly on the track because there's no point in simply, teaching students the area of a triangle, drawing a circle and all that
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
level.
that's
But
fine.
that doesn't make sense unless they do not really know something. Then you bring them back and tell them this is the area of a circle, this is a segment, this is a circumference, radius, and all that.
Yeah,
Otherwise, there is no point in simply,
yeah,
wasting their time telling them what they already know. So through this, what I do, I run through a small diagnosis of where exactly on which areas. Now you would have mapped clearly the areas where you need to reinforce your fundamentals.
yeah.
Like one is when there's a shift towards the right ordinates, right?
Yeah.
Coordinate geometry, right, left, plus, minus. So just revise that a bit, right?
Okay.
And also this probability, right? So how many ways, combinations, permutation combinations. You're not going to the formulas like uh, those parts wherever you
Okay.
missed a little bit of that, and plus being careful in making some simplifications without making errors, transformation to the right, left, and all that. I think you'll be able to easily score a very good 330 plus. Cool,
Yeah.
right? So is there anything else with this part, this test? Any other
No, no,
questions?
that was fine.
Uh,
Uh, I just wanted to know. So, as of right now, I'm still doing Khan Academy, but I was just going down the list per se. I wasn't going to specific things. So after this, should I start doing like specific stuff? Like you said, I should focus on the coordinate geometry stuff, and then look at the content which you sent through.
Yeah, I'll do that. See, for example, whatever test that you take, either on book or online,
Yeah,
suppose you get a particular problem wrong,
yeah,
you should analyze what type of a question. Does it come in algebra? Does it come in integers or numbers or permutation combination, or is it coordinate geometry, or is it in parabola, or is it area of circle or triangle, all that. Am I right? Geometry, basic geometry, and you'll
yeah.
have to go to those chapters and quickly, review what is the basic problem there, what you did not really understand. I'll show that to you right away. See, for example, if you take this, 1 second. See, what are the chapters here? See, it is data analysis, geometry, algebra, and arithmetic. These are the basic areas on which your whole GRE is tested. One is
Yeah.
arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and data analysis. That's all. Nothing more than this. So you need to understand all that is related to integers here. You can see the number of pages with examples, some even sample questions to reinforce your learning with answers, explanations, right? Fractions, am I right? Fractional expressions, correct?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
cube roots, exponents, roots, everything will be here. Roots, the square root, and all this. You can do decimals, very important. See, all that comes under integers. Real numbers, you must know what is a real number, relationship types, absolute value, and then properties of real numbers. And kindly go through all this. Maybe if you know, just skip it.
okay,
Ratio, am I right? Percentages. If you don't know something, then just stop over there and then probably go through it with a lot of attention so that you remember it. And all this is very important that you need to remember for when persons greater than 100, percentage increase, percentage decrease calculation, how to do the percentage increase quickly, decrease, and all that. See, number problems, like I said twice, how do we do that word problem? And then you come to this exercise and you try this exercise out, and you can also check your answers. The answers are given here. And then what I would advise you to do is quickly run through this first. Do not take any test unless you are very clear with these algebra expressions, right? So please go through all this, like operations with algebra expressions. Then you have to brush up, yes, rules of exponents, very important. This is where they catch you up quickly. Many students mess up here. Linear
Um,
equations, yeah.
We don't have just I heard it before, but we don't have trigonometry in GRE, right?
You don't have normally. And if anything is given, it's only a, I would say, a kind of experimental question, which will not be scored.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you? They
Yeah.
might have one or two, don't panic. And they give it clearly that it is basically for, experimentation.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's an experimental item, and they will not take that into consideration for scoring.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
they would see how many candidates really were able to
Solve.
answer the question, yeah, and what kind of a background they come from, which country. All that goes into research.
Okay.
They try to do a bit of research and consider whether they should be adding such questions in the future or to eliminate such questions altogether.
Okay.
So those guys are very, very highly, and they also see whether that kind of a knowledge is required for successfully completing the program into which the candidates are applying to.
Okay. Yeah.
So they don't unnecessarily test some concept or skill unless it is a part of the knowledge which can really help you to be successful on the program that you take.
Okay. All
So
right.
these
Yeah.
guys are highly meticulous. They don't, like an Indian, add something because it is there in every syllabus. They don't do that.
Yeah.
They are only, a lot of academicians say it and they think that we need to learn trigonometry without understanding why the hell should a candidate learn trigonometry. And
Yeah.
where do we use it basically?
Not
Unless and until it has some relevance to the field of your, study. Correct?
yeah. Barely use trigonometry as is.
So we have done so much of complicated calculations and derivations, most of it 35, 40 years back. And I now really wonder where the hell I'm using it in my practical life. 3 pages, 4 pages of very complicated trigonometry, derivations, complicated, Boolean algebra, this, that. My God, head is spinning. We had 20, 30 books of math.
Yeah.
Calculus,
Nowadays you have RD Sharmas and everything. Like I'll probably go back to 12th class and not be able to understand that after 2 years, 3 years now.
Exactly. We had a very, very tough syllabus. And thankfully, yes, we were well prepared. That's why you could see this generation gap. I'm 60. So you could see the guys sitting out, just passing out, engineering just 2 years back, 3 years back. Neither they are good in math nor in English.
Yeah.
But we guys were good in both.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
That's why your father also asked me, sir, do you teach both math and English?
Yeah.
I said yes.
Well, we had a
When you go to the doctor and you tell him you have a stomach pain, and he should not say it's also connected to some other organ in your body, and so I'll treat the stomach problem, and you go to for the other organ problem to another doctor.
yeah.
And both will screw you up,
Yeah.
because you need to go to one doctor who can fix your problem, right?
Problem. Yeah.
If this guy is going to just do something with your stomach, and he would put the blame on the doctor who treated you for the other organ, and the guy who treated you for the other organ would put the blame, something goes wrong, on
the
the
first
guy
one.
who treated you for the stomach ailment, and both
Yeah.
of them would abandon you, and you will be in a very critical condition. And this is what happens, most of the times.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Solving linear equations, and these rules are very important. See, please go through it. As you rightly said, we need to brush it up. We forget a lot of things because we have not been using it for ages. So linear equations in one variable, rules, linear equations with two variables, all these relationships, solutions, how to solve, and then solving quadratic equations, quadratic formulas. This is quite exhaustive. Solving quadratic equations by factoring, I think this itself is too much. Solving linear inequalities, again, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, all inequalities. Functions, yes, f of x, they test you on all this. Applications, see, average, mixture, rate, and work problems. Everything comes here. See, although it looked only very simple 4, but if you go inside, it's an ocean. And then you go to interest problems, compound interest, simple interest, everything is here with formulas. And the difference between compound and simple interest, coordinate geometry is here. And you see here, this is X, first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth. Then calculating distance between 2 points. And there was a question on slope, right? And all that. See?
Yeah.
Graphic, linear equation, inequalities, and that stuff. See here how to calculate the slope of a line between two coordinates are given, the coordinates are given, adding, and how to substitute it in the equation. All this you have to figure out. See here, point of intersection.
I'll probably read through it then later because I was going to go through this
See
later.
all this, the same type of all these concepts. See again, graphing quadratic equations here. See parabola, everything is here. Graph circles. They test you on all these concepts. Graph of functions, functions, parabolas, and constants. Algebra, right? You can see all this. This is all part of your algebra in your lower math class, which you did. This takes a little bit of time and you have to go through this carefully because remembering all this in general, any function h of x, a positive number c, the area of the graph, right? Stretched vertically by a factor c, c is greater than 1 and c takes a value between 0 and 1, right?
Yeah.
If it shrunk vertically, right? So algebra exercises you can go through. So now only algebra is over. Then we have another ocean, which is, so you have a couple of 20 nice questions, which you do. Again, you go wrong on it, again, you'll have to go back.
Yeah.
See geometry, lines and angles. And I would strongly recommend you to see here, everything is given. See like triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, and triangles. It starts with triangles. Then Pythagorean theorem. It has the area of a triangle.
All the basics, all the way to complicated.
Congruent triangle and similar triangle. What are congruent triangles? What are similar triangle? What are special types of quadrilaterals? Special types. And then, geometry figure, areas of special types of quadrilaterals and trapezoid and all that, circles, all this, chord, angle, circumference, tangent. What is a tangent? And I think this is more than enough. If you remember everything, I think you can get really all the answers right. Nothing outside this will be tested. So the volume of a sphere, right? Then geometry exercise, parallel lines, correct? So you have the exercise here.
Because the only reason I was thinking of trigonometry is because during the SAT, they asked trigonometry questions.
Yes.
So that's why I was like, oh, the SAT requires trigonometry and GRE does not. That's why I was a little bit confused.
See here, the data analysis part is also here. A lot of interesting figures, how to make calculations like circle graph, pie charts, scatter plots. What is a scatter plot? Understanding the data in a scatter plot, right?
Yes.
Line graph.
Yes, had the class for this semester.
Central tendency. What is a measure of central tendencies? And measures of position. I think all this, if you go through 100%, you'll be able to figure out the answer the minute you see the question without any issues, and you'll never panic. Counting methods, you have sets and lists, right? Set theory, right? Venn diagram.
Yeah.
So they might, they also ask you such type of questions. So you have to just know, and multiplication principle, addition, and permutation and factorials, right? Various combinations. See, this is tutorial and all that Venn diagram. Then you have combination, permutation, combinations. So what is the difference between permutation, combination? Then probability. That's where if one is awarded this and 4 are left. The simple question is based on this. That's it. If you know this, you'll 100% say it's 20, not 25. That's it. And you have all the questions here. Please go through it very patiently. First, tonight, I would advise you to directly sit on this. Skip, just simply skip. Whatever you know, just skip it. See, if somebody's going to tell me 2 + 3 = 5, I'll never even listen to it because I already know. But somebody's going to catch me up on some geometry which I don't know, then I'll pause over there and say, okay, what should I learn here to get this right? Correct?
Yeah.
Where am I wrong? So let me reinforce, let me learn that, and let me take a notebook, note it down so that I don't forget it. And so I keep repeatedly viewing it. You can even mark this page, right? 176.
Yeah.
And suppose you have an issue, okay, straight you can go to 176 here in the search box and come down here and have a glance of it once again to reinforce your learning. Because today you need not much use your notebook and all that. It's just you can directly in a PDF file jump to 176, 101, 102. So you can mark your pages like this, where you have some kind of doubt or issues, and then you can again come back to it. See, all this is more than enough for you to crack your GRE, right?
Yeah.
So I think this itself is too much. Don't you think?
198 pages. I
Ah,
think if we did this, we'd be at full on at least the quant part.
yes, quant part and verbal part, I'll ensure that you get the full score on verbal part also. I'm not joking. See, if I tell you something about me, I do training for IELTS and also TOEFL. Most of the students who come to me, they say, sir, we have gone to so many trainers, but we find that after coming to you, we'll get a great score. And most of them, they got scores which they never imagined. I ask them to just meticulously follow what I tell them, and they can do it.
Don't worry, that I'll do.
And also this AWA, you can get the best score possible. Just follow the tips that I give you, just practice, and I'll tell you the strategies that you need to adopt. I think you'll be able to.
I haven't heard of AWA. Which one is that for?
Analytical writing ability, third part.
Oh,
I
okay,
showed you.
okay.
Yeah. Even you asked me that, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
for
yeah.
example,
Okay.
I'll show you that here.
Yeah, you showed me the example. I just didn't know it was called
Yeah.
AWA.
AWA. That's very, very important. It's part of your. Earlier, you had logical reasoning. Do you remember in GRE? That part was removed. Maybe you don't know that.
Yeah, I don't.
So they used to give complicated question. There was a timetable and 6 professors have to handle a class. This professor can't walk on Wednesday and Monday like this. They'll break your head.
Yeah. Oh, those types.
That was called a logical reasoning. That was removed, and they introduced AWA, analytical writing ability, which is testing the same kind of skills. See, I'll teach you that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I showed you 2 things: analysis of an issue, then analysis of an argument.
Yeah.
2 questions. Just like it's all fallout of IELTS, and IELTS has 2 questions again.
Yeah.
2 essays.
2 essays.
One is a diagram, a data interpretation. Another is a free essay. Same thing they follow. And in TOEFL, you have one free essay and another one based on a lecture which you have to listen to and then write your response.
I think TOEFL was we had 4 sections.
Yes,
so
you have 4.
Speaking, writing, listening, and
same thing. Yeah. And IELTS and TOEFL are similar, and IELTS is a fallout of TOEFL. TOEFL is the mother of IELTS, and PTE is a child of
IELTS.
Okay. So I do training, I keep track, and I'm into this for almost 30 long years. So I'm basically a professor of management, actually. So
okay.
But how I got into it is I wanted to help my students out, and I entered into this in 1994. And since then, I was, a very good trainer and a teacher. Being a good teacher, I also became a good trainer. And I tried my skills out on corporate trainings where I had been so successful, creating a legacy in my training. So I thought after helping my students, yes. So students wanted me to continue my journey. And so by God's grace, even today, I'm of use to so many thousands and thousands of students who reach out to me from all parts of the world.
I'm very happy I found this one.
So it's my pleasure. And also, to be honest, I learn a lot. Every time I teach, I don't think I'm teaching. I'm also learning a lot because I get a feedback from them on how they learn, how they analyze, and I get to understand how people from different backgrounds and different walks of life. There are guys with IT background. There is a person with 40 years of experience in pharma industry trying to take my assistance in improving her English writing writing skills, making presentations, corporate presentations to the board of directors, how she should present the data. So I really help them out, and they're really, really happy.
It's- I never realized it could be used that way as well.
Yeah. So many guys in corporate, after, you believe me or not, after my IELTS training, they said, sir, hats off. And we, although had 20 years of experience, we never thought that these skills could really be applied to our day-to-day work in writing our emails, writing reports, making projects. They write out projects to the
Yeah.
American and UK clients. And they said, sir, we were writing 40 pages, 50 pages. And those guys were really annoyed. And they said, we don't have the time to read these 40 pages like stories. So cut it down to 2 to 3 pages. And after my training, they used to say, sir, we are able to write the same report in 4 pages. And that client gave me such a wonderful mail today. He said, hats off to you. It is very crisp and clear. And we are very happy. And we want you to continue giving us such short reports, and they said the project is through. So the
Yeah,
boss also
we
called and
didn't-
said, what's happening?
No, because we had a small project going on and research for college, and then one of the biggest things was having to make sure it's below like 2 pages and less, because not
Yes.
everyone, you have to put down the correct technical skills, like what they need to know and what needs to be kept and
Exactly. So those guys are fed up, reading your pages. And like Indian guys write 50 pages, 60 pages, and they think the more pages they write, they are conveying more information. No, those guys don't think so. They say that you do not know to write. That's why you're writing 60 pages, right?
Yeah.
If you knew how to communicate, you wouldn't be writing this long. You'd be just giving it in 3 pages, probably less than 3 pages. So that's nice. A lot of learning. Very happy because many of my colleagues teach in the top US universities and UK universities. Most of my students are there today. They have all become teachers, and most of them teach. Some of them do research. They're still connected with me, and I get to understand a lot about the process of education there, and that's how I'm a little more better and successful. Like in preparing students also.
it's always better. Like,
And also how they make decisions on the files, not just based on the GRE score, how GRE scores analysis is being used, and how they get the data from ETS, and that extra data about even the questions where you went wrong, and the analysis of it report is also given to them.
yeah,
And
the
they
same.
Mhm.
They tell you this is where you went wrong, so in case you need to give it again, you know where you need to work.
Exactly. And they give it to the admission committees also, like what
Yeah.
kind of skills the candidate, so that they can make a better decision whether to admit the candidate in the program, the top universities. So they make good decisions. Okay. And nice, very nice, Vedant, teaching you, and it's my pleasure. So again, we'll meet up tomorrow. I'll schedule my class, and then I'll immediately put it up on the site, right?
What time would you be planning?
Probably tomorrow might be sometimes post lunch, maybe 3:30 to 5 or 4 to 5:30. Let me decide that. Okay. Kindly bear with me, but I'll be finishing my schedule tonight before I go to bed.
Okay.
It's 6 o'clock today. So that, because you should not be suddenly caught by surprise. I know why you're
Yeah.
asking me. See, I shouldn't, tell you at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock is my class. Then you'll not be ready. I know,
Yeah.
I know. That's what Indians do. I don't work the way Indians work.
Yeah.
I know, at least you should give a person 14 to 15 hours of advance notice, so that the guy is not taken by shocks and surprises, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. You shouldn't be pulled out of your bathtub or your dinner table.
We like.
I'll never do that. I'll never do that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Great day. Have a great day. Bye.
You too.